The whole of Asia was shut down by one company, and that is Maruti Suzuki. They have an insane market share in almost all the Asian countries, and they shut down their production for 11 days. Do you want to know why? Stay tuned till the end of this video and let us find out in today's episode of Business Battles. Maruti Suzuki is an Indian automobile company that was established in the year 1981. It is a subsidiary of Japanese car manufacturer Suzuki. The company's first product was Maruti 800, which was launched in the year 1983. Since then, Maruti Suzuki has become the largest car manufacturer in India. In fact, 2 out of 3 cars sold in India are Maruti Suzuki cars. And that is a crazy number. But how did they achieve this massive success? Well, it was because of 3 reasons. First, they focused on building an affordable car for the masses. Second, they had an efficient supply chain network. And third, they focused on innovation. In the year 1980, when Maruti Suzuki was about to enter the Indian market, the Indian government had just the perfect policy to attract foreign investors. So Suzuki took this opportunity and entered the Indian market. The Suzuki chairman at that time said, "We will capture 20% market share in 6 years, or we will close our business." And as expected, in the year 1989, Maruti became the largest passenger car manufacturer in India. In the year 2007, Maruti launched the Swift Dzire, which became an instant hit in the Indian market. In fact, it is still one of the best-selling cars in India. After the launch of Swift Dzire, Maruti became a household name in India. Not only they were selling lots of cars, but also people were happy with their purchase. But this success made them a little overconfident. In the year 2011, Maruti Suzuki decided to use cheaper materials in order to cut costs. Now, don't get me wrong, it's okay to use cheaper material, but the problem was with the quality of those materials. You see, when you use cheap material, there are higher chances of failure. And guess what happened? Their Star 1.2L petrol model failed. In fact, it was such a big failure that the company had to recall 19,000 units. This recall cost the company around 12 billion rupees. And this was just the beginning. In the next 6 years, they had 5 major recalls due to poor quality control. They recalled for 39,000 units in 2014, 35,000 units in 2015, 23,000 units in 2016, 77, 0 units in 2017, and finally 72,000 units in 2018. So in total, they had to recall 77,000 units in a span of 6 years. And this created a huge dent in their brand image. Not only this, but their market share also started to decline from 2013 onwards. Moreover, the entry of Nexon and Baleno, which were more fuel efficient, gave a tough competition to Maruti Suzuki cars. Also, the used car market was growing rapidly because of easy financing options. Because of all these factors, the sales of Maruti Suzuki dropped, and they desperately needed a turnaround strategy. And that is when Kenichi Ayakawa joined Maruti Suzuki in the year 2018. He studied the Indian market and found out that there is a huge potential for SUVs in India. So he decided to invest heavily in the SUV segment. The first product of this strategy was the launch of Vitara Brezza in the year 2015. But the problem with this car was it was based on the old hard-tech platform. So in 2020, they decided to launch a new version of Vitara Brezza. They named it Vitara Brezza 2.0. And guess what? It became a blockbuster. In the first quarter of 2020, when the whole country was under lockdown, they sold 172,000 units of Vitara Brezza 2.0. Not only this, but they also launched multiple SUVs after that, like Ertiga, S-Cross, Grand Vitara, Jimny, and many more. These launches helped them to increase their market share again. Today, the company is back where it was in 2012. So the question is, what can we learn from this case study? Well, if you ask me, I would say no matter how big or successful your company is, never compromise with the quality of your products. Yes, cutting costs is important, but not at the expense of your brand image. Otherwise, you might end up like General Motors, who left India because they couldn't turn around their business in India. That's all from my side for today. If you learned something valuable, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.